All right, and welcome back to episode 067 of the OK Podcast, powered by the Strength Co. I'm your host, Grant Broggi. We are recording live from the beautiful high desert of 29 Palms, California. That's right, Grant's buddy is still here. Today's date is Monday, April the 7th of the year of our Lord.
Verified.
2025. I'm realizing right now that I forgot to ask for the roll call. So we'll do that quickly and see if we get some real diehard listeners.
Ooh, I love
Time for the roll call. All right, got that up, posted. Let's see. The price of Bitcoin is $80,292.19 in a turbulent market out there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
If you're worried about the finances, then you don't have BW tax. If you have BW tax, you don't have to worry about that because you're so rich from all the money you've saved. So thanks to our sponsor, Big BW. If you're not watching us on YouTube, I'm wearing the Strength Co. White Piping Trucker hat. My microphone's giving me some trouble right now, and I'm also working on that. So if you're on YouTube, you could see Grant do those things. I'm joined by Mr. Jeff Buege from the greater Salt Lake City area. When I say greater, I just mean Salt Lake City. And as well as Mr. Trey Gottlich. Oh, by the way, Jeff's Mormon. Mr. Trey Gottlich joining us from Houston, Texas. That's where he's from. That's where he's always been from. And that's where he'll stay.
Go Cougs.
Lots of exciting stuff to talk about today. I'll kick it over to the three.
Oh my goodness. All right. First and foremost, just want to clear the air. Trash is a priority.
Yep.
It's still a problem, and we need to fix that. Okay. So you need to take a knee, drink some water, and then reassess your attack plan on how we're going to take care of this trash, because it's not going to police itself. If there's one thing we've always said, we got a message here.
Message
from that,
is that a yellow
trash?
Canary? Is that a yellow canary? Oh, okay.
I see a loft.
Attention in the COC. We got a yellow canary coming from Gottlich, and it says trash?
Question mark? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
To your question. Okay.
That's what we've always
Excellent.
said.
All right. We'll kick it around the room. See what people got. One shop admin. Talk to me.
Nothing for the group.
Oh, classic. Okay. Very well. Sure. We're about to fail CGIP, all the functional areas. No binders are present. So how could we be tracking anything? Very well. Move on. S2.
Nothing for the group.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's quick.
All right. 3.
Cut straight to the chase this week. All right.
We got any fops? We talked cops. Cops is trash. Fops is also trash. But any other fops?
That's you, Trey.
No, nothing for the group.
Outstanding. Maybe some saved rounds for individuals, but okay, I get it. Nothing for the group. Got it. Yep. Tracking. We're keeping this streamlined. We're shooting for a tight meeting here. Okay, on to the 4 logistics types.
Nothing for the group, sir.
Wow, amazing. All right, that covers the log shop. All right, medical. You guys got anything? Chief, you here?
Medical's at 100%. Nothing for the group.
That's so
okay. What about our dental stats? I have not seen any dental stats lately.
Dental's 100. Actually, let me just prove this to you. I got a picture from those that were waiting, and it's someone in their car holding up an Excel document, and it says that they're 100%. So nothing for the group.
Outstanding. Great. Glad we got all the trash out of people's mouths and got it in the dumpsters. Okay. 6 shop. Commo.
That's you, Trey.
As keep this train rolling, nothing for the group.
Oh my gosh. I think at this point, everyone's just saying that. But hey, keeps the boss happy, so let's keep pushing. Career planner.
Nothing for the group.
Wow.
Oh, group is here. Oh.
Nothing. Not one reenlistment. We got any reenlistments?
They've already been reenlisted, sir.
Excellent. Okay, make sure those folders then, we don't need them anymore. Dispose of them properly. Okay, we don't want them being trash on the side of the road. Throw them in the dumpsters. Okay, so Sergeant Major, you got anything for us? Any wisdom?
Nothing for the group.
Wow. First time in the history of any meeting.
So this is 2. I got a saved round.
Saved round. Send it.
Yes, sir. We just decided the S2 device that's been broken for a long time. What am I thinking of?
The laminator.
Yes, sir. We just decided just to make that trash.
Okay,
that's just trash now. It's been secured.
Okay, it's secured. It's secured in a dumpster. Where are we securing this trash?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just moving all chatter to Signal now.
Okay.
No lamination needed.
Okay, got it. No
Actually,
lamination.
we're just moving everything from the 2 to the president's Twitter account. So anything that you saw on the vault, you could just see live on Twitter now.
Good. Makes it. Go ahead, dispose of your sipper tokens properly. Okay. Yep.
Hey, 3, is that all you got? Trash Chicks here.
Hey, send it.
Hey, real quick, team. I got nothing for the group either. A lot of times we come into meetings and they take a long time. And just to dovetail and piggyback off of myself, this is what every meeting should be like. Okay. When everyone's present and all the trash is thrown away, streamline. Thanks for what you do, team.
Wow.
Okay, that concludes the meeting. Let's go and
we'll see you next Monday at 09.
Keep up the good fight. Keep securing that trash. Trash battalion doing good things.
Speaking of securing, so meeting's over, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Before we go into the agenda slide, when I saw that assault bike secured, I just I thought, shout out Major Matt Lowen, I thought someone was like playing a trick on me. Because I'm like, how do you secure an assault bike? And it's not secured. It's sitting here in the middle of the gym, and it was initialed and dated. And I was like, what does that even mean, secured? And then I tried to pick it up, and I could pick it up. Like maybe there needed to be an out of order sign or like do not use, but it just said secured, and I loved it. I
honestly, when I saw the picture, I thought that was the strength coach gym.
Oh, Strength Co HB. A lot of people
confuse
HB.
Yeah.
See, I thought you did that because Strength Co HB. You were securing it.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot outlying stations.
Oh, do we get any outlying stations with people calling in?
Yeah, we do have some outlying stations. Donnie Bowers says, make the fullback great again.
Love that. That's excellent.
And
fullback's not trash.
That's it. Just Donnie. Yeah. No one else had anything for the group. They were ahead of their time.
They were dialed in. They just had
they were dialed in. Yeah. Nothing for
Got
the group.
it.
Yeah.
Excellent work. We appreciate the roll call from Donnie Bowers, previous guest.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Go
Donnie.
Navy. Beat Army.
Yeah. Beat Army.
Dang. Okay.
Daggum.
Agenda slides. Should we kick this pig?
Break. Hey, game update. Tie game right now.
Tie game. We never podcast during major sporting events. We promised we wouldn't when we started, and we've just held that promise.
I feel like, I'll give real-time updates.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm sorry. Continue. My fault.
Yeah.
Okay, agenda slide. First one I want to kick off is talking about Trey's grandfather. 100 years old.
Lieutenant Colonel Throckmorton.
Just give us
full.
I did not know.
That's full bird colonel.
I did not know that Trey was short for Throckmorton until this week.
Yeah, not even Lieutenant Colonel. He's a full bird colonel.
Yeah. Did he wear his leather coat?
No. He's out there,
Old leather coat.
Getting around.
Yeah, tell us more about Colonel Colonel Gottlich. Is same surname?
Yeah.
Colonel Gottlich. Robert Gottlich the first.
So he served in the Civil War.
Yeah, served in the Civil War. He might as well. Yeah. Yeah, man. So went down this weekend. He's down in Bernie, out in the hill country. When he had his 100th birthday.
Wait, so in Texas you call it hill country?
Yeah, outside of San Antonio. Between San Antonio and Austin. Yeah, I would say hills.
Okay, any mountains?
People in Texas will call them mountains, but they're just hills.
Would you call it the upstate?
No.
Just hill country.
Yeah, hill country is the correct term.
Okay, but your elevation's higher, your altitude, as I was.
Well, like sometimes you're high, sometimes you're down. Like a hill,
Okay.
Like all
it could be a defilade.
So yeah, sometimes you're up,
hill
sometimes
country.
You're down.
Are we focused more on the hills or on the country?
We're getting lost in this. Okay.
I didn't know you were going to throw this diamond out to the hill country of Texas.
You would like to add Fredericksburg? You driven through there?
I have driven.
You went to San Antonio, right?
Yeah. I went through the Austin city limits, and I mean that figuratively and actually.
Down 35
was going on. Yep. Yeah. And I went into San Antonio, and then I was like, I know what I forgot. The Alamo. And so I went and remembered it and stayed on the San Antonio River Walk.
So if you go west of Austin and then like northwest of San Antonio.
Okay.
That's hill country. That's hill country.
Okay.
Hill country.
Nice.
Beautiful area.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. Official term.
So it's like Texas, except not flat.
Exactly.
Are there trees?
Yeah, there's trees out there.
Oh, wow.
Not tall tree.
Oh, that's tough to do against tall grass.
It's real tough.
Even tougher against tall trees.
So we were down to the hill country.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, right.
Cleared that up.
So, Brandon,
I mean, the meeting was so efficient. We had to slow something down somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Traded space for time.
Yeah, so we made it a Gottlich family reunion. And then just had some people from his life come through. So it was a probably around 100 people showed up for
his 100th birthday.
Yeah, for 100 years, right?
One for every year.
Give or take. So, it was a good turnout. Had a lot of fun. But
kind of chow were y'all pushing?
Man, they had prime rib.
Okay.
Stuffed chicken. Well, Gottlich is aggressively German name, so.
What'd you stuff the chicken with? Trash?
Dude, it felt like it was like
prime rib?
Yeah, some trash, some other meat trash. It was like a chili con carne stuffed chicken.
Ooh,
almost.
Look at you.
Oh.
Basically Mexican.
Salmon, so fake meat. It was pretty good.
Yep. Salmon.
But
fake meat.
Yeah, man. So no, it was really good. Met a lot of cool people there that saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in a long time. A cousin who's in Hollywood. The Hollywood cousin was there. Got to see him.
Ooh.
Wait, the Ghostbusters one?
Yep. Ghostbusters cousin.
Love that. When you told me that, I was like, this is a Trey. Like, he is lying. This is not real. And then it was very real.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to think of the song.
Something strange.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, there it is.
When there's ghosts,
who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
What you gonna do when there's ghosts over here? Saw him. Met him.
Call Trey's cousin.
He was the bad guy in Ghostbusters. So
sorry, I'm gonna.
He was
get a little revelation
by Vigo.
Never seen it.
Wait, no, he played Vigo's henchman.
Yeah, he got corrupted by Vigo.
That's it.
Fell in love with him.
Have we moved on to later in his career when they filmed Lord of the Rings, or what are we talking about here?
I don't think he was in Lord of the Rings.
No.
He
was
just
Ally McBeal.
He wasn't Ally McBeal.
Very successful TV show.
Ally McBeal.
Yeah, so met him. So he was there, but there's a ton of other Marines there that I got to meet. That was pretty cool talking to them. One guy who was like on Hill 55 in Vietnam.
Hill country.
Yeah, in Vietnam Hill country. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Not as nice.
Not as nice as Texas Hill country. You see, talk to some other guy who was a recon back in the 80s, 70s. So I don't know. Yeah, a lot of cool people there. really cool event. Got to see some family, introduce the girls to the rest of the family. So it was a good time.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah, man. Nope. He's had a long and interesting life. So
how's his health?
For being triple digits, I guess relatively well.
Wheelchair?
He's in a wheelchair now.
Okay. Did you tell him about the Strengco HB?
Yeah, he was very interested.
They can strengthen him up.
Interested in that. Strengco HB.
That's all he was talking about.
He said he's a member of that because he got confused. So it was regular strength co. No, man. Yeah. Like I said, he was World War II vet. He got in kind of the tail end of World War II. Was a company, our weapons platoon commander at Incheon.
You know what battalion he was?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember, man. I know he was the second. I think he's the second wave of Incheon. And then I think he was in the reserves, was in artillery he said he did a lat transfer in artillery in the reserves. So, but yeah, retired as full bird colonel. Say what?
Wow.
He probably knows Grant's buddy.
Yeah. They actually asked him to go on this mute coming up, and he said, I'm too busy.
Incheon, 75,000 troops. Let's see who was playing ball back then. 7th Marine Division, or 7th Infantry Regiment, 1st Marine Division. So 7th Marines.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he might have been 1-7, first team, serving with Grant's buddy. Never know. Yeah, that's your homework question.
Okay, I'll find out.
Now I want to know. Probably worked with the Rock Navy.
I'll do some digging. No, man. Cool life. Yeah.
Nice. In Texas, we just call that life.
Life.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's an A&M guy too, so he's
A&M class leader. It was not a yell leader, I don't think.
No,
he was class of 46. And then, so he tried going in the Marine Corps early, commissioning early, and they wouldn't let him. And then everyone else in his class was on Iwo Jima. And so he missed that. And then,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, it's crazy life. And then when he was in the military,
he was known for saying, "We're going to beat the ever living hell out of the Japanese." Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, I've heard him. He has some opinions on Japan. I bet he does.
Did you drive a Toyota or a Honda?
He does not drive a Toyota.
You don't say.
Does he still drive?
No, actually, he lost his license like a year and a half ago. So he drove for a while.
Dang.
What was he driving at the end?
He's a big Jaguar guy.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why.
So he must have two of them. One to drive and one to keep in the shop.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Always breaking down.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he met Bill Church when he was in the military.
Is that like Bill Burr's brother?
No.
No.
Well,
okay.
Maybe, potentially.
Yeah.
But so Bill Church is the son of the guy who started Church's Fried Chicken. And so then he worked for Church's Fried Chicken after the military and ended up being like the VP of the Southwest operation, like that. But
dang.
In the Southwest,
Sling Chicken, baby.
We just call that VP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you put that topic in the Slack, I wasn't sure if that was like related to your grandfather or if that was you had a pretty cool Church's Fried Chicken story. And I was kind of hoping, I was like, I kind of hope this is Trey has like some just great Church's Fried Chicken.
I wish, man.
But
never been to churches.
Not big at church. Yeah, I've been once.
I've been to some churches, but not Church's Fried Chicken.
No chicken with it. Yeah,
they didn't have chicken there. Okay,
yeah, should have.
Well, that happens. Not every church has
Obama.
chicken.
But nope. Overall, good time, man.
That's cool. And then it seemed like related to that one, was there a lot of talk about the route that you took to get to?
Oh, dude,
the birthday dash.
That was so. Like I said, Dallas to Birdie is like 5.5 hours, and so people of a certain generation,
as the crow flies,
love to know. They're like, "Hey, how'd you get down here?" I'm like, I typed it in on my GPS. They're like, "Yeah, but like, what route did you take? 35?" I'm like, I don't think so. No, and he's like, oh, so you took 291 down. I'm like, I had 4 people ask me this. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, why? I was so fascinated with how I got down here. How you getting back?
I'm asking everybody.
My dad called me.
At the pub.
He called me on the way back. He goes, what are you taking back? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, are you on 35? I'm like, no. He's like, well, what road are you on? I'm like, I don't know.
That same generation is very interested in how many times you had to charge the Tesla and the range of the Tesla. They're like, wait. So where'd you come from? I'm like, the upstate. How many miles is that? I don't know. Like 250? Well, how many times do you have to charge? We actually stopped once because I had to use the bathroom, and so we charged for like 5 minutes. So 5 minutes got you here? No, there's we left with a charge. But like, how many times do you have to charge? You went to Massachusetts? I don't. I just plug in Massachusetts and it tells me. So it decides where you go. No, what? How many miles per gallon does it get? Huh?
Gallons of electricity.
No gallons.
Well, I fill up with gallons of kilowatts. Yeah.
It's probably also similar age
generation.
Group.
I will say
not fair.
On the way back,
fare well with drive-through or like fast food kiosks, electronic kiosks.
Same group of people. Yeah,
same group of people. Same group of people.
I will say coming back, I did not. So on the way there, we left like super late, so everybody slept on the way down there. And then on the way back, I did not account how many times you have to stop for babies, and it added probably 3.5 hours to like the car. Like what it would be a 5.5 hour trip. It took closer to like 8.5, 9 hours. I was
my
good
gosh.
night. It was a long drive.
Hey,
but a lot of fun.
It's
good. Good time.
That's good. Loved that. Well, Grant probably stepped away to go talk to his buddy real quick, but
typical.
I'm sure he'll be back in a second.
How's Utah?
We got a score update. Utah's good.
63 Houston, 62 Florida.
Ooh.
Minute 21 left.
Let's go Cougs. That's what I'm pulling for.
Are you really?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I think so.
You're just not a Florida guy?
I don't like Florida. Yeah, and they beat Auburn.
It's great to be a Florida Gator.
I root for Florida simply because of Olivia, Gordon's wife. And she a Florida guy?
Yeah, funny you say that. I'm watching the game. We should just go right into that. 3, if you don't mind. Trash 6 here. I think we should just go into college basketball roundup. I was watching Florida Auburn and don't like Florida. Like I don't, I have feelings about Auburn, but mostly Jeff likes them, so I like them. But like Florida's usually a team that I'm just like, yep, you're in the East. I don't like you. Didn't like Tim Tebow. Seems like a great guy. Not very good at taxes, but I just generally don't pull for Florida. But yeah, they won, and like I just shot Olivia a message, just a gator. And, the little emoji, they got a good little gator emoji. And, so she was pumped. So, yeah, I don't know. I think 14th Marines Reg CEO pass, Thunder 6 pass, Colonel Kidd, Houston guy. I'm probably pulling for Houston. But either way, I get to text one of them tonight and be like, yeah.
That's nice.
So, but yeah, watch the Duke game as well. Did you guys watch the Duke game?
I just saw the score. I didn't watch it. Was
just
it good?
A little bit of it.
Yeah, I watched the end. Yeah, it was good. It was good basketball. And that's your college basketball wrap up.
Yeah, that's it.
I wonder if Cooper Flagg's going to end up coming back. He said he is.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that then.
Yeah.
Well, can't trust anything these college
kids.
say.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Not with Coach Prime running around.
Think he's going to transfer to Colorado to play football?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Bill Belichick transferred to North Carolina and grabbed a girlfriend and a job. I'm pretty excited about his season. Like, I've never been a Chapel Hill fan. Never disliked Chapel Hill. Like, but I just mean like I've never like went out of my way to like them. Except my mom went there. She likes the basketball. Actually, my mom, my uncle, and my aunt all went there, and so they care a lot. And especially like my aunt and my uncle care a lot. So like it's like, you know, something to like text your aunt about. Like, hey, Chapel Hill's playing. Like on my dad's side, like I was just texting the other day about like a Red Sox game. It's like very easy. Like, oh, I haven't talked to Uncle Brian in a while. Like, are the Celtics on? Oh yeah, they're up. And, you know, you shoot a text. And so on my mom's side, it's Chapel Hill was the thing. And my grandfather was a big fan, I think, because when you pay the school that much money, you have to be. And, but like they're a Carolina school and, I love Bill Belichick. And like, I've just like, if he can go in and like make this mess of a NIL transfer portal nonsense, like work and make a team, like, man, I'd be a Tar Heel. Like I'm ready. Cool. I'm ready to pull for the Tar Heels. So, but yeah, so, Duke lost, sad finish there by Houston. Cool finish. I mean, Houston, that was a crazy finish. I was actually texting Colonel Kidd during that game, and I thought they were cooked chat, as the kids say. They came back and won that one. Auburn was sad about that. I feel like I jinxed it. I texted our group thread when Auburn was up, and then they just like went down and lost. Yeah. So we got that game, and then we had the Gamecocks. I watched the semifinals, good game, and then unless you have more sports talk, maybe we'll wrap up sports with this. It was Sunday, and Gamecocks play. And Diana had said to me a week or two ago, like, hey, would you be upset while your buddy's gone if I took your daughter to a baseball game, her first baseball game without you? I was like, first off, not her first baseball game. We believe at Life and Conception. And if I remember correctly, her name has already been on the Fenway scoreboard. True. So I was way pre-thinking that this is already thought through. She is a Red Sox. Go Sox. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, you should totally go. And then we were home, and I like had Sunday, and I had to get back to the high desert. And I was like, oh, Angels are playing at like 1:30. Let's go. So I had to do a little bit extra research. Usually I want to get, you know, closest to the field that the pocketbook feels comfortable with. But in this case, I was like, where's the shade? Like, I don't want the baby in the sun. And so found some good seats, 200 level, went in. Timing was kind of perfect in terms of like nap sync up and stuff. Decked her out in Red Sox gear. I was decked out in Red Sox gear. Oh, I didn't put many things in the agenda slide because I was busy doing my POA&M. But no, I didn't get many things in because I was trying to like live life. But I do think, and I could be wrong, hockey's probably a close second, if not a first. But there's something about baseball games that no matter who's playing, you just wear your team stuff. Am I right on that? Or is that all sports? Like if I were to go to an Auburn, I don't know, Bama game, I'd probably just wear like my black Marine Corps shirt or my Strength Co tee or my Strength Co HBT, right? Like I just like wear, like, I wouldn't think like I need to wear a team. But when I go to a baseball game, and I've done this like multiple times inadvertently, and I just thought about it now that I'm old and wise, but I'm like, oh, I always like make sure like people know, like, I'm not an Angels fan. Like, this stadium is nothing compared to Fenway. Like, you don't know anything about baseball. And no, they're not the Guardians. They're the Indians. Because when I grew up, that's what they were. And like, so I wore my Red Sox gear. Is that a thing, or was I just feeling it on Sunday?
I feel like professional sports, it's more of a thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you wear another team's jersey and you go to two other college sports teams, and then you're just like a weird guy, like, what are you doing here? But okay. I feel like professional, I think any sport professional, you could probably do that. Sport. Yeah. Okay. Because you're just going to watch the game as a fan of the sport at that point.
Yeah, I think that's the message is like, I'm just going because I love baseball. And so we went in, and I actually bought an Angels fanny pack because it was clear, and I had like speed loaded or what do you call it? Not field craft. What do you call it when you like break the MRE down?
Field strip.
Field strip. I field stripped the diaper bag, and I was like, okay, I need like 6 baby wipes, 2 diapers, a chew toy, and whatever. And then I bought a see-through Angels fanny pack, and it sat here and it was completely full. And the baby just sat on that thing and just watched baseball, and like the national anthem ripped, and they sang nice. God Bless America in the 7th inning.
Nice.
And I was like, man, what a great country we live in. Like,
good memories, man.
Awesome.
It is.
Like, this is great. Had a great time with Dee. I had my sunglasses on, so she wasn't seeing the tears in my eye. But I was like, this is like the most American thing before the most American thing. Yeah, it was good. It was a good game. Angels won big. They won 10-4, 10-5.
Dang,
I was root for the Red Sox. But yeah, it was good.
I saw the picture, man. It looked like it was a good picture.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got the opportunity to kind of go do that. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Daggum.
Well, let's get to getting out some random topics. Let's get into some lifting talk here.
Lifting and drinking. That's all I know.
That's very true.
Thanks, Massonomics.
Trey, do you want to ask the question here? You're talking about like kind of just supplementing workouts with push-ups and some air squats.
Hefe, I'm not going to take your job, man. You're too good at it.
All right. There's your question. All right. Well, Trey's posed a little question here. Basically, boils down to: would it be beneficial for a novice or like an intermediate lifter to add in kind of like some daily push-ups, air squats, that kind of stuff? And then Trey, are you talking more like a couple sets of 10 or like sets of 20, 30, 40, 50, like higher rep, or just?
Well, I guess that's the question. Flowing. One, I made you read it because I couldn't remember what the question was, so I appreciate you reminding me. But
I had a suspicion that was the case.
It's coming back to me now. I think I asked that. Yeah, I guess the number of reps could vary. Whatever you think the right answer would be to that. Like, if you would recommend that, 1, would you recommend it? 2, how many? And like, what purpose would it serve to add that in if you did?
So the question is, should you do body weight calisthenics in conjunction with a lifting program?
Yeah. Have you ever?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Like when, or like, should you as a novice, first and intermediate, that kind of sort of thing?
When would you recommend doing that?
Yeah. So I think body weight exercises in supplementation of a barbell lifting program come back to the fundamental thing of like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get stronger? Because can you get stronger from push-ups? Absolutely. If you don't do anything and all of a sudden you start doing 10 push-ups a day and then 15 and then 20, is your force production going up? Yes, it is. What is it limited by? It's limited by your body weight. So is your body weight going up a whole bunch so that you are increasing more stress on those muscles? It depends. Most of the time people doing calisthenics, the answer is no. And so you're working this rep range. And at some point it goes from like, hey, I'm actually increasing force production to I'm just doing, aerobic activity. And, I'm getting my heart rate up and I'm getting sweaty doing push-ups. What I would say for most people is if you want to get stronger, you want a bigger chest, you want bigger triceps, you want bigger biceps, like you're trying to get some type of physical adaptation to occur. I wouldn't say that push-ups or air squats the best way to go about it. I would say the best way to go about it would be to load the most muscle mass through a great range of motion and then increase the load in the bar so that the stress gets higher, so that force production goes up and that you adapt over time. So do I think push-ups and air squats are bad? Absolutely not. But I would say, hey, if you're new to lifting weights, if you have nothing, like you're in jail, you're in prison, like you're somewhere where barbells are
all our listeners in jail.
Yeah, all the listeners in jail. If you have nothing, like absolutely do push-ups. That is better than not doing anything. But if you have access to a barbell, it would be better to do the bench press or do the overhead press or do a barbell back squat than it would be to do air squats or push-ups if the goal is an increase in force production. Can you do a bunch of air squats and push-ups and have an endurance effect and get more maybe toned and defined, and get your heart rate up and burn more calories, that argument could be made. But if the goal is to get stronger and potentially bigger, a better use of your time would be to do, say, the back squat and the bench press over air squats and push-ups. It's going to be more efficient. You can do 3 sets 5, and you can add weight to the bar each time, small jumps, 2.5, maybe 5 pounds, so that you know that the force production is going up, because there's probably not going to be a day where you end up doing 1,000 push-ups, but there might be a day where your bench press, you've added 100 pounds to it, or your squat, you've added 200 pounds for it. So I would say that. On the same token, I don't think that air squats and, push-ups are useless. I think there is a place for it. I think in the Marine Corps, like in Unit PT, I think there's a lot of benefit, from getting people to use those muscle groups. It's hard to get, large groups of people all under a barbell at once, although it's definitely possible. But I do think there's some use in doing that. You're working the range of motion. You're raising your heart rate. You're putting some type of load, right? Whatever your body weight is on that muscle mass. So I think there's benefit if you're on vacation and your place doesn't have a gym. Yeah, I think it's beneficial to go down and do maybe a couple sets of 25 of air squats or push-ups, because at least you're doing something and you're utilizing the range of motion.
Do you think,
outside of that,
do you think it could help with an injury?
Yeah, I was going to say, outside of that, the only time I've really used, I haven't used it with air squats so much, but I've used it with push-ups a pretty good bit, is if you teach people how to do push-ups correctly. And I use that term loosely because people have opinions on this, but their hands are in the correct position and their shoulders not going through impingement. I think usage fixes most injuries, most like non-structural injuries. So for me, when my shoulder gets aggravated, and I'm having trouble squatting, I will start to do push-ups every day. And I'll do like, hey, I'm going to do 100 push-ups every day to get like more blood flow to the shoulder, to get the ligaments and the joint to be worked more. So no, I think there is a good spot for it for injury. And then I also think there's just like a baseline thing that you can build, and the human body is pretty incredible in terms of what it's capable of. So it's running. People like to talk about running and how you shouldn't do it if you're lifting weights. I truly believe, though, if your morning routine, hate to say it, was to get up every day and run 1 mile, and then you placed a strength training routine on top of that, you could keep the run 1 mile baseline and then add in the strength training routine. Are more calories probably required? Yes. Is more sleep maybe required than if the running wasn't there? Yes. But the body will adapt to, hey, I run 1 mile every morning. So the same can be true for push-ups or other things. Kind of, when a Marine goes to the field, I don't usually wear a 50-pound flacking Kevlar all day. And so the first few days, it's kind of miserable. And then, by day 20, oh, this is what I wear every day. I wake up and I put the stuff on. So I do think the body can adapt. I don't think insane amounts of push-ups would be probably good to add to your routine. But if you wanted to wake up out of bed and, pump some Leonard Skinner and do 50 push-ups, I think that could be a beneficial thing to have. I do think, and I'll refer to Jeff a little bit of this, and you, Trey, from your time. I have always found that pull-ups, for example, in the Marine Corps, you got to do 20 or 23 now, dead hang pull-ups. I've always found that's a volume thing. If I do pull-ups every single day, on top of a good strength training routine and all that kind of stuff. But if I just like do my pull-ups, then I always have the capability to hop on the bar and do 20 or whatever the requirement is. So I wouldn't, for a new lifter, long-winded answer, I wouldn't say go do push-ups and air squats. I would say go get a barbell from www.strength.co and squat and bench press. If you have nothing, air squats and push-ups are better than nothing. But I don't think, wow, you're a terrible person because you want to add in some calisthenics. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it was basically, the main thing I think I was thinking was, I think I remember you touched on like doing push-ups when your shoulder was, had a little boo-boo on your shoulder. So it's, I don't know. That's kind of the point. I'm like, hey, if you ever, as a coach, you're saying, hey, try doing some push-ups in the morning so you get that shoulder a little loose.
Yeah, I've definitely added it as a coach for people with shoulder injuries. Hey, do it in the morning, do it before you lift, and I'll also say other things like hang from a pull-up bar if your shoulder's aggravated. Kind of like we had First Sergeant Tomacheski on here, like with his femur. I'm like, hey, brother, just do air squats every day, right? Like right now, you just broke your femur. You have been told not to do a bunch of load-bearing stuff. Your femur needs to support your body weight. Do 5 air squats. Next day, do 10, do 15. Like, yeah, there's been a time through rehab that I've definitely said you should do some calisthenics. And I like to do, there's a little something about hopping out of bed and beating your face before your morning oorahs and doing some push-ups that, I like.
Wake you up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, blood flowing. Hey,
yeah, no, I think as far as calisthenics goes, I feel like as far as to add weight to, I think pull-ups is probably get a little belt, add to it, get some strength going.
Yeah, I go back and forth on the pull-ups, and Jeff's always a max out his pull-ups guy. Maybe you are too, Trey. I kind of
this year.
Yeah, I think my bottom line on pull-ups is, and there's a ton of like Marine officers, like different people that have pull-up programs. But if you want to do 20, which is the gold standard in the Marine Corps, man, if you can like deadlift, double your body weight for 5, and then you do pull-ups regularly, I feel like you can do 20. And there's definitely people that can't deadlift their body weight, double their body weight for 5 and can still do 20. So I'm not taking away from that. But for me, I've always like, hey, keep my deadlift up and then just never stop doing my pull-ups or my chin-ups. I usually do them at the end of my workout when I'm like, I think today I squatted and I bench pressed. And then when I was done, I was like, I'm just going to log 50. Don't care how I get there. So I think it was like 10, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, like 3, 2, like whatever, with some rest in there. But I'm just like, I just want to accumulate this volume. And that's kind of always worked for me. But they really screwed me when they took it from 20 to 23.
That's a big jump.
That's like a huge jump. That's like when the guy squats 500 and you're like, now do 6. And you're like, wait, what?
Ooh.
Not even remotely the same thing.
No. Yeah. Luckily, I timed it. It's just my age. Like I only had to do 23 for one PFT, and then I bumped up to where like it starts to go back down. They're like, "All right, old man, you only got to do 21 now."
No, we're back to 20 now, right? Or are we 21?
21.
Yeah.
I think it's 40 or 41. It goes back down to 20.
Well, I guess we can't afford to not stay in until that time just for the test to get easier.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, have to stay in.
I don't know why. Be foolish not to.
For me, it was like, I remember when I was doing the PFT back when I could do 20, like knock out 20 pull-ups. It was like 15. I could get to 15 like without thinking. And then like you hit 17 and then you're like, ugh. And you're like, start to grind it out at 17. And then like 19 and 20 was always just like pulling up, adding 3 more to that. I'd be like, golly, I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, it was not cool. Not cool.
Okay. That PFT talk there kind of segues. So you posted a series of questions that Jordy, PJ, our illustrious producer, put in there. And one of them I thought was interesting. So what would you, if there was anything you would change about the PFT or the CFT, what would it be? I know we've kind of like maybe touched on this at one point, but like if there's like an event you would add or like an event you would maybe modify or let's hear your thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts? Honestly, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I would make the run 5 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it probably wouldn't make sense just for like the population that typically goes into the Marine Corps. I think 5 miles is a big ask and it would just not be super well received, but I just think super important. You see things like the Ranger Regiment, like their test is 5 miles. I think going anywhere below 3 miles, I think is good.
What's the benefit you're getting out of making it 2 miles longer? Like what, like, is it a lighter Marine? Is it like less of a focus on speed and more of a focus on endurance?
Yeah, it's the endurance piece, I think. Because and I understand that a lot of people are like, well, you don't ever go to combat in running shoes and shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay, I guess you've never been to modern day combat.
But I'm like, I guess it's not so much that okay, you need to train like you fight in that exact aspect, but the adaptation that it's expressing, or like the ability that it's expressing, is endurance, which I think is a huge thing. Because then if you're able to recover better from shorter duration, like high outputs, like running a couple of HE shells from gun 1 down to gun 6 on the gun line, like yes, that takes kind of like shorter, more like anaerobic type output. But then your ability, if they were like, hey, actually, you got to bring them back like 5 minutes later, your like aerobic base sets you up to larger, not be like totally buried by something like that. That's a very specific artillery example, but just kind of like if you're on deployment, running 24-hour ops, or like 12 on, 12 off, like your endurance base will help you kind of stay more mentally like in it, I think, during that.
Yeah. Trey, do you have hard thoughts about this?
I've said my opinion before on this. I think the PFT, exactly what Jeff said, as far as the people who say that it's not realistic. I am of that school of thought. Like, I would make it like in camis and then do keep the first 2 events the same, like do pull-ups, what do y'all do now? Planks. And
planks,
then,
which is a huge improvement from crunches.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I agree. Instead of doing a run, I would do something like, I guess you'd keep it a run, but do it under a load of some sort, like have a weapon on you and then have your flak on your, something to make it a little bit more combat oriented.
I don't know what I would change. I do think hiking is like a underutilized fitness evaluator. You see guys that are strong that will fall out of hikes because they don't have endurance, right? You see guys that are
18-minute milers,
fast, but that are weak and will fall out of hiking. I do think hiking is somewhat of a level setter, even with like different size frames and different size loads. So I don't know if hiking would be like a third thing. Like, oh, you failed your PFT or your CFT or you didn't get a first class, but you can go on the 6-mile hike. And if you keep this speed, but I do think hiking and I just think it level sets kind of everyone to an extent. I think the CFT, I've said before, I think it's a great event. Mm-hmm. I would like the ammo cans to be a little bit heavier instead of 110 reps. For whatever it is, 30 pounds. I would rather it be not something that you'd have to be a weightlifter to do, because I like that right now, like you can go crush the CFT without like being a weightlifter. But I do wish it was a little more like, I don't know, 95 pounds for 10 reps or something a little bit different that would make you train for overhead strength, which I think is useful. I think the 880 is a great run. I think the movement or the maneuver under fire is a great thing. The PFT, I go back and forth with. I hate it. I'll tell you this right now. I absolutely hate PFT. I never like doing it. It's always miserable. I think the Marine Corps leaves the PFT as is for a weight management tool. And I really believe that, because like to run 3 miles under, and I know there's freaks out there, but to run 3 miles under the what is the failing score? 26:30, 27:30? What's like the slowest you can run it?
It's a great question.
20, yeah, somewhere around. It's like something around 9-minute miles. And I also think back to like your grandfather when he was a colonel, right? Like there's an element of like keeping weight off and like having to stay on your feet. I don't think it's a great test to prepare you for combat, but I think the organization does it because it has to like keep you in some type of baseline fitness.
That's fair.
The Navy and the Army's being shorter kind of shows that. We're also a smaller organization, so it's easier to keep people in shape. But I think it's like a weight management tool. But I think the Army, APFT, whatever they have, I think they're on the right track. It's trap bars. I know everyone hates trap bars. Ripito hates trap bars. Everyone, trap bars. But like, it's not hard to teach the deadlift, but it's hard to teach. I mean, there's 500,000 people in the Army. It's much easier to have them do trap bar deadlift. And so I think
who got that contract making all those trap bars?
Warren X.
We won't worry about that.
Yeah, Strengco HB. Yeah. Those guys. They actually were looking for Strength Co. and they found Strength Co. Yeah. No, I don't think yeah. I mean,
it's got to be it. There wouldn't be two places named Strength Co. this close to each other.
I'd make a trap bar.
I think you could add I think if the press was heavier in the CFT, and maybe the PFTs like pull-ups, deadlifts, run, something like that. But I don't know. Like I don't have like I think, not to sound totally field grading and institutionalized, but like obviously it works. Like we've kept it for a long time. So I know it gets my butt in gear.
True.
To get out there and do conditioning, right? And I hate it, but I'm like, I got to run 3 miles this year. And that's like a mindset. And I don't know. I get the combat argument 100%. I do. I think there's other benefits. We've talked about it before, like the mental attitude of running. I mean, just last week, my buddy took the guys running. We went and lifted. The battery's been lifting every Friday. We go Thursday, the sergeants lift. Fridays, we take everyone else lift. Went and lifted. And, everyone thought I was going to go for a run and I didn't want to run. And then I realized everyone didn't want to run. So I was like, well, now we have to run because you don't want to run. And so I just kind of like ran in circles, like around the gym area. And it is interesting because I'm not fast. I'm 6'1", I'm 225 right now. Like, we're running 10-minute mile paces. But there's like a mental aspect of, I want to stop. I'm not there's benefits, but I don't know that I think somehow prioritizing strength. I think the bigger, I don't think it's the test that matters so much as like there should be strength training happening at boot camp. Like that's what should actually be happening. Is there should be like people. I don't say I have proven. We have proven, like we being the Marines I've served with over time, that you can teach a large mass how to strength train. Is it perfect?
Absolutely.
Is every deadlift perfect, like per starting strength or who's ever standard? Is the programming as good as Juggernaut? Like no, but can you get the masses lifting and stronger? Yes. Like 100%. In the formations that we have right now, you can teach basic strength training techniques and every corporal and sergeant can implement it to the Marines. And will they be 600-pound deadlifters? Maybe not, but like they can get way stronger. They can squat their body weight for 5, deadlift their body weight for 5. Like we could do that right now. And I think that would be the focus I would make.
Good stuff.
I guess I got a question real quick. You said your buddy's pretty excited about getting in shape when he deploys.
Yeah.
Does he have any goals that he's trying to hit or has he even thought about that?
Lifting numbers wise?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to lose like 10 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have thought about this a lot lately because with everything that's been going on, with COVID and all that. No, I'm kidding. But like with being busy, man, if I keep my squat, like if I have the ability to squat 400 and deadlift 500, like I'm pretty happy. And so like my program is usually just like a maintenance thing. I would like.
You think it's an age thing?
I don't think it's some. Yeah, I think it's age is coupled with like busyness, right? The older you get, like there's more responsibilities kind of everywhere. But like I don't have a bit, like my best squat's 515. I'm not like, I don't go to bed at night and think about like I want to.
I'm do 517. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'd rather, I think what's been tough for my buddy has been like the MRE diet and like, the lifestyle changed a lot and it's less healthy, more white monsters, which is peak male performance. But no, I'd rather clean up the diet and lift. I lift consistently, but like I'd like a little bit more time in the gym. But no, I don't really have. I say that. I mean, I'd love to pull 585, but I'm not definitely going into this like I gotta like that's the goal. The goal is just hey, if I get some time in the island chain where I can eat cleaner and work out a little longer and sleep better, like that sounds like a good time. Just for general health.
Yeah.
But I've already killed all my demons.
Fair enough.
That's good.
Push.
Joke.
Oh, hey, all right, we're pushing.
Update. Game update.
Florida won.
Florida won.
It's great.
Boo.
2B. a Florida Gator. Yes, it's great to be a Florida Gator.
That's for Olivia.
That's for Olivia. Probably never listens.
Probably.
What Gordon does.
Well, thanks, Olivia.
Once in a while. Yeah. Adrian.
Cool people.
Hey. You got a little truck talk coming?
Oh yeah, that was the next slide in the hopper.
Sorry, I did the read ahead.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it. Truck talk. Any updates on the square body?
Square body? Yeah, I do. So I'll give twofold. I'll give my nostalgic update and then my update. So the truck has been at the auto shop next to the Strengco, not to be confused with Strengco HB. They're in Costa Mesa. Old Joe, he's about 70. Awesome guy, big white beard, long white hair. And the nice thing about Joe is don't tell dad that I've ever paid for an oil change. But as I'm going to the gym, can drop the truck off. He changed the oil. At one point, he did all three of my square bodies. I guess I've known him for 5-6 years now. Good guy, better at oil changes. And
potential sponsor.
And so I brought it to him, and he's always kind of like when the trucks are doing bad. Like I remember when I took I had the 95 2500 green truck, and he's like, I mean, I can fix it, but should I? And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Should you? So took the transmission to him. He quoted high, lots of the gear he has. My brother-in-law, who does truck stuff for a living, found a guy. So we're doing a rebuild in the old black truck. So it drives right now. Second gear is a guarantee. Third gear is a maybe. There's no drive, or fourth gear or overdrive, fifth. So had to get it about 10 miles to Santa Ana. And man, I pulled up in my Marine Corps vehicle, Dodge 2500 HD POS, man, running boards are falling off, has 9,000 miles, total piece of junk. And I got in my truck. Actually, I pulled up with my wife and the Tesla with the swastika on the side because we got vandalized. And but I get in the truck and I crank it up and I'm like, man, I don't want the middle ground. When I drive my wife's truck or car, I'm fully automatic, fully electric, drives itself. I love it. And when I drive my old truck, I'm an experience. It's a life experience. You're driving this vehicle. You can feel the control joint or the rotator boots or whatever on the right side. You can feel it all. When you drive a new vehicle that's trying to be both, it's not the same. So anyway, I got in the truck. It was great. Got it there. And she's going tomorrow to get a tranny rebuild. And the nice thing about being in California is they rebuild trannies. They specialize in it.
They do.
Yep. Got a new tranny coming.
They do.
That's my truck update.
Love that. I posted that map. I thought that was kind of interesting. It's the top best-selling car
I gotta pull that up
in each state. And it seems like we're definitely a Ford country here, but top two by volume were the Ford F-150 and the Chevy Silverado. So it's truck country that we're living in. Yeah. There's the hill country, and then there's truck country. And that's the U.S.
Interesting that Chevy is the Midwest in Arizona.
Yeah, right. And by God, West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah,
Alaska.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Alaska.
Yeah. What is Florida? Toyota. Gay.
The RAV4.
I'm disappointed in my state. What's New England? RAV4s and Honda CRVs.
Jersey is Tesla Model Y.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Shepard. Get yourself a Tesla.
He can drive.
I don't know. Model Y. But he's got to get one now. Official car in New Jersey.
Best-selling car. This isn't even truck. I mean, which I should put together from the Y and the RAV4. Wow. The F-150. Crazy. Found on road dead. What's wrong with you people?
Some Hondas in there. I had a Honda
GMC Sierra in Arkansas. Let's go. GMC.
Arkansas holding it down. There must be a GMC Sierra factory there or something. They get a good deal on them.
Dude, I'm a big GMC Sierra guy. I like those.
They're nice.
I love
They're very
GMC
nice.
Sierras. Yeah, I'm a
Very
huge
nice.
fan. The ones like made in 1972.
I was talking about if you're getting like the newer trucks, if you're getting a 2024 brand new truck.
I mean, is it still like there's like echelons for the big brands, right? So General Motors, it was like Pontiac, Chevy, GMC, Cadillac, right? And Buick's in there too.
So, yeah.
But like for the trucks, it was like Chevy's like the bottom, the common man, then GMC, then Cadillac. Yeah, I was always a GMC fan. I'm a proud owner of a GMC Sonoma extended cab, SLE, 1999. Bought my grandfather's truck, and he charged me $5,000 for it. Taught me a lot. Thought he was going to give it to me, honestly. Classic generation. Well, when I grew up, we'd buy everything.
Grant paid for it, and he's like, sucker.
Yeah.
Got him.
Because he's a Boston fan. He's part Yankee. Buy that truck, boy.
Give me $5,000 for that thing.
Speaking of Yankees, I got a show I want to talk about for wrapped up truck talk.
Send it.
All right, this will help out BW Tax. So BW Tax, great guy, better at taxes. We love BW Tax, bwtaxllc.com. BW, he is just a guy, right? He invented the veer. He redid Georgia Tech football. He's everybody's friend. And when I was in South Carolina where he does taxes, but remember, he can do them anywhere. Last year, man, he was following a Boston crime case hard and was doing everything he could in his power to get me into this crime case. And he would just say, I'd walk into his office, and if he wasn't on the phone or with a customer dealing or doing what warm bodies do, he was watching court updates for Trooper Proctor. And Canton, Massachusetts, Johnny O'Keefe was hit by a car 2:27 in the morning, found later dead in the snow at 6 in the morning, and his girlfriend, fiance, Karen Reed, was charged with vehicular manslaughter, later upgraded to murder in the second degree.
Oops.
Whole case. He's telling me about it. I'm like trying to move. We all know Grant loves to move. I'm not watching it. I'm not following it. And then like the documentary came out, and I watched 5 episodes in one night. It's called Body in the Snow.
Netflix.
And there's like, it is Amazon Prime,
Okay.
but Showmax, like it's an add-on,
Okay.
but it's a 7-day free trial, and then you just cancel it immediately. It's 5 episodes, and it's incredible. There's like a Boston cover-up, Canton, Massachusetts. Forgetting the names right now. Arthur or Artie. You got Paul O'Keefe, John O'Keefe's brother. You got all these people in here. You got Jen McCabe, and you got Karen Reed. And basically the city of Boston gets divided where are you pro dead cop saying he got murdered, or are you free this woman, Boston PD cover up? And the documentary is filmed like while the trial is happening. And so then there's like all these like rabbit holes you can go down of like, if it was like, so if you're into crime stuff, man, my life has been consumed with this over like the last 48 hours. Like I watched the show.
Did you watch over the antenna that you built?
I did not. It's working well, by the way. Yeah, my wife's gonna be able to talk to me, or Grant's buddy downrange is fine. But A Body in the Snow, trial of Karen Reed, and then like once you watch the documentary, you'll like understand the different sides about it. And then there's like all these like YouTube bloggers, Reddit stuff, digging in deep. Would love Tim Bain's take. Shout out Tim Bain, previous guest, loyal listener every week. Every Friday morning about 10 a.m. Eastern, I get a text from Tim Bain on his favorite part of the podcast. So I don't know. I don't even know if he's in on this case or knows about this case. But there's like an ATF agent there, and there's like multiple Boston PD people there. And so she's charged with, he comes out of the house, she's drunk driving, she backs into him, taillight breaks, he dies in the snow. But then the other side is like, he goes in, these townies tune him up, kill him, and then like know that his fiance's drunk, put his body in the snow, go to the car that gets impounded, steal the taillights, throw him in the snow. There's like a key witness that's like the snowplow driver, Lucky Lucius or something like that, that's been driving the streets for 30 years. And he's like, comes into the court. He's like, 04 in the morning. I was there, no body. And like, he's like a hometown hero. It's great. It is. It reminds me of when the Murdoch case was going on in Beaufort and like
good dog
place they were talking about. I'm like, yep, that's right by my house. That's right by my house. Know that family. It's that except Boston and Beta because it's Boston. But yeah, it's good. I'm really in murder. A body in the snow. Jeff, you're all in it. Like Jeff, you're done.
Check that out
Tomorrow, Jeff
100%.
at noon is texting me. I quit Patagonia. I'm going to Boston to find out the truth on this case. I already know.
Oh man, yeah, we're definitely gonna watch that one. We just started watching. It's called The Pit. It's also on Max. We did the
doctor one,
right? So we got that going. Yeah, it's really good. It's the guy he was in. ER back in the day.
Star Wars.
Noah something. Can't remember his last name. It's really good. It's fun watching medical shows with my wife because she's a nurse, and so
I've heard it's fairly realistic,
it's fairly
right?
accurate.
Yeah.
And
Kinda
she
like
has
when
not
she
had too many
watches-
gripes.
It's like when she watches Generation Kill with you.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to compare it to. Like watching any medical show with a nurse is like watching a military movie with a veteran. But it's really good. The only gripe was like, she was like, there's a lot of it seems to be only doctors that work in this ER. And it's like, this is like the ratio of nurses to doctors is reversed, but they kind of fix it with like one line early in the first episode where they're like, well, there's just a nursing shortage right now. And so like, there's 2 nurses, like that's it out of like 50 doctors. But I also texted your brother, Trey, Caleb. I was like, hey, you watching this show?
I thought you texted my brother.
Oh, no. Yeah, well,
that'd be
I
weird.
texted him also and asked him to.
He's like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know this.
I don't know. He said he's not watching it, but that multiple people have hit him up and said, hey, you watching this show? And so it's good. It's good.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. It's The Pit.
Speaking of shows and watching them with Marines and that sort of stuff, this week, April 9th, so when this airs on April the 11th, it'll have already happened, April 9th, 2004, Chance Phelps, PFC, 3rd Battalion, 11th Marines, was killed in Ramadi. Artillerymen serving there for the 1st Marine Expeditionary Unit. 1st Marine Expeditionary Force was killed over there. So his 21 years since he died comes on April 9th. His memorial hangs here at 311. So we're going to do some extra PT for him on Wednesday, which will be cool. Hailed from Wyoming. Seen the plaque since it's there. Whenever I go to a new unit, I try to like read about the people that have come before me. And at 1-7, there's Citadel grad. That's hanging on the wall there along with a lot of other ones. But I didn't know, to bring it back to movies and not make it too somber, I guess there's a Kevin Bacon movie on this called Taking Chance about he's the Keiko. Have you seen this, Jeff?
It's good. Yeah.
So I heard it's good. We saw it. But I didn't see the movie, but was talking about, hey, April 9th, this day, and the battalion's going to do some stuff. I was like, I want to make sure we're involved. And then someone mentioned the movie. I was like, I didn't know there was a movie. And they're like, oh, you should watch it. I was like, perfect. I'm going home with my buddy to hang out with my wife this weekend before I deploy. I should just watch it with her, right? They're like, nope, definitely don't do that.
Yeah, no.
You should
Bad
definitely
idea.
not do
Wave
that.
off.
But yeah, so hey, if you're American, you love this podcast, you appreciate those that put it on and do what they do. April 9th is the ceremony, so it just passed. But go check out that movie. I haven't seen it, or look them up. From Riverton, Wyoming. Yeah, we salute you, Chance.
Yeah. Well, just one more movie topic, so it's
one more
rough shifting of gears.
Sorry, I felt like we should.
I think that was great. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Trucks trying to go from third to fourth gear. It's rough sometimes.
And I'd seen the movie, but it's been a while. But I didn't realize the artillery marine.
Did you realize he was 311? I mean, we were doing a lot of provisional infantry.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was 311. I didn't know either. I didn't know about the movie. But yeah.
It's good.
Good stuff.
Have any of you seen the trailer for the new James Bond or know who the new James Bond is? Who they cast?
Is that when he's like handing out the Nintendo 64 controller?
What's up?
I am not tracking. Just so you're tracking, I am not tracking.
Okay, so I saw this today, and I'm not very good on. Okay, I'm pulling.
Odds are that it's actually a Nintendo 64 controller.
I'm not very.
Zero.
But
I know what you're referencing.
Thank you, Jeff.
I know. Okay.
All right. I can't find the exact photo.
Jeff,
he's a previous James Bond. He's a previous James Bond.
It's the GoldenEye was the game, and you played it on Nintendo 64.
So far, so
and
good.
I played it at Jason Beach's house, my friend. And I just saw a photo today, and it like hit me right in the gut. And it took me a minute to process. And it's, what's that actor's name, Jeff?
Pierce Brosnan.
It's Pierce Brow Tie, and he's GoldenEye dressed, and he's holding an N64 controller, and he's like handing it to you. It's like when you look at the image, he's like trying to take it. And I was like, I remember that game. It's like GoldenEye, and you get the golden gun and you just kill everyone. And yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I have seen the new James Bond movie, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Jeff, no, I don't know who it is.
Pierce Brownstein, better at being James Bond.
Yep.
So the new because God, what was the guy's name? Daniel Craig has been replaced. He's moved on from the role.
He was good.
But didn't Amazon bought it, right? I think Amazon bought the rights to it, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, so Henry Cavill or Cavill,
get out of here, Superman.
Like he's now James Bond.
What?
And go watch the preview. I'll just spoil it. He doesn't have a British accent.
Spoiler alert.
There's no British accent.
He's British,
even though he is British. But the one or two lines that he says are like with an American accent, and I was like, hold on, this is wrong. Like, what?
Destroying IP,
what are we
man.
Doing? I don't get it. Yeah, so that's my big gripe. It's just no British accent for James Bond. Just wrong. I don't know.
And he's British.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
That makes no sense. It should be the easiest thing ever.
I go, what? So
that's cool. I don't know. I like him.
That. Yeah.
For a while I thought it was going to be Idris Elba, and I was actually pretty excited about that.
That would have been kind of cool.
I like
Who's that?
I'm not going to attempt to explain this.
Jeff?
Have you seen The Wire?
Yeah.
No, you
Stringer Bell.
Guy?
Stringer Bell.
Well, so I watched season 1.
He was in there.
Stringer Bell. So hang on. Stringer Bell, character from The Wire. Oh yeah, that's like the main guy.
That's one of them. Yeah.
You thought he was going to to be Superman or
James Bond?
James Bond.
They threw his name out for a little bit.
Guys, you forgot that Trump got elected. Everything changed.
Idris Elba's just a cool dude.
I'm so glad Jeff got that joke.
Yeah,
he just feels
No, I got it too.
I'm trying to keep my job.
There's no black people in England. Come on.
He's in a bunch of Guy Ritchie movies. I'm a sucker for a British gangster movie.
So like a rich guy.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of that Mobland show?
I watched, two episodes in, man.
It's good.
Man.
Tom Hardy. Let's keep talking, see how long we can confuse Greg. Trying to catch
So confused.
Mobland.
Trooper Proctor, okay?
Trooper Proctor.
Karen Reed. And remember, this is about Johnny O'Keefe, nothing else.
I'm actually I'm really pumped to watch that show.
Grant picks one thing out of it. You say Mobland, Landman.
Wouldn't have made it 15 years in the Marine Corps without Jeff Biggie. Am I right?
That's good. Hey.
Jeff actually goes to all my boards and they like read the Section I comments. And Jeff's like, actually, let me just interpret.
Yeah, let me go ahead and translate this real quick.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
It's actually not a velvet dagger. In Boston, that's a compliment.
No, he spelled he seems to be referencing a different Marine, but no, he actually is referring to this Marine. He just has his name wrong. It's okay though.
We know that you think this gunnery sergeant shouldn't be promoted, but actually he means he should be promoted to master guns and skip master sergeant.
I forgot about velvet daggers until you just said that.
Velvet daggers, man.
My favorite is
in the Marine Corps, we just call them daggers.
You write an adverse fit rep, you do the exact opposite, and you just completely go in on them.
Man,
no velvet.
I know there's a couple of sergeants listening, but I hate fit reps. I'd rather just pat you on the back, put one in the old vise and tell you you're doing a good job and give you the next rank. Like I hate them so much. Yeah. It's the worst. Especially that's how you know I'm a bad field grade. As a field grade, I should be like, oh, tell me about this wonderful evaluation system. But
is it harder? So I only know it as like a lieutenant, right?
RS.
Yeah. Is it harder being the RO?
No, it's the same. Actually, I would say that the words and the verbiage are, I would say, probably easier. I think maybe Jeff thinks otherwise, but I think it's about the same. I definitely think it's harder being like, I went to like do a gunny one the other day. I'm like, man, I've written on 37 gunnies. Like what? Like, 37 staff sergeants, I think like 29 gunnies, whatever. It's not a body count. But it's,
it kind of is.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's kind of harder. Cause you're like, everything they tell you at the basic school, they're like, don't bury the first one or don't do this. And it's like, after some point in time, you look at 5 names and you're like, yeah, you're all pretty bad. Like, I don't know who was worse, or the inverse. Like, yep, you 5 guys were my favorite. Like, I don't know who my favorite was. Maybe the guy that texted me last on Christmas. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's the same. It's the same. Whatever you experience, it's
about the same.
Yeah, there's no change. It's racking and stacking.
Yeah. Little less bubbles to click. You just got to do the one on the Christmas tree, which is nice.
True.
Okay, somebody said a Christmas tree card. Okay, I know we're doing sad Ulu right now. Okay, Christmas tree card. Okay.
That thing's a lifesaver, I'll tell you what.
Few people will get it, but those that do will appreciate it. I think even Trey has forgotten it.
The Christmas tree
card.
The Christmas tree card.
The Christmas tree card is much different than the Fit Rep Christmas tree.
You're right. I forgot what that is.
Yeah. Also, if you Google Christmas tree card, you do not get what I wanted. Not even close.
You're going to be scrolling that Google images for a while.
If you Google Christmas tree card artillery, you just get all right families. You still don't get anything close.
For those who don't know, real quick before we move on, explain the Velvet Dagger.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah. I
think it's like gaslighting for fit reps. Right? It's like
kind of. I guess
it's like Second Lieutenant Gottlich is very good at taking out the trash as being the 4 alpha.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of fluff, but really there's nothing behind it. And actually people read through it.
No, I think it's a lot of fluff, but it's like he's a second lieutenant that takes out the trash as the 4 alpha instead of shooting artillery, right? It's like a hidden dagger is what it should be called.
So, better way to put it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Wordsmith here. By the way, Trey, you were really good at the trash.
Appreciate it.
Quick shout out before we go through the agenda to Mr. Helmet. Mr. Helmet, green, gridiron, green. We don't know what the name is, but we know that you like the helmets. And this is true because we just sent out the Godfather Gazette. Grant's buddy has a little newsletter that goes out once a month. If you want to sign up, the link will be in the show notes. Click below. You can sign up and get that. And that link will take you to the store, or the store link is just right there. And we got a mini helmet. You saw us wearing it last week, a big Godfather helmet. Got a mini helmet coming out with the Godfather battery artillery symbol on it. And the moms and the dads and the cousins and the brothers have been enjoying it and buying that helmet, and we appreciate it. The money from those store sales goes back into the unit funds, and the unit funds are good things. If you want to support the troops, we get to do fun things. For example, tomorrow, my buddy's battery, the Marines that are not already forward, we're all going to the Inland Empire 66ers minor league baseball game out in Riverside, California. We'll watch them play, and we'll sit above the dugout and get whatever. They'll talk about us during the 7th inning stretch. And that was all paid for with the proceeds from the Godfather helmet and the Godfather logo and things of that nature. So if you like supporting the troops, we do give it back to the troops. So go click on the link and buy yourself a helmet. If you want a custom helmet, if you want another helmet, if you're happy that Florida won and you want a Florida helmet, go buy a helmet. Comes back to either the OK Podcast or the Marines Downrange. We appreciate you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Couple more slides. We'll close it out here. Trey.
No. The first meeting was efficient. So this one needs to be really inefficient.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We could drag this out. I can unhide some of the hidden slides.
I'm looking for a 3-hour podcast right now.
Oh, easy day. I think that's what Trey was texting me.
Hey,
about.
baby.
Like, please.
I'm in that Mountain West time zone.
5 to 6 hours.
That's my intent. Did I not make my guidance clear?
Tracking.
Okay.
Tracking.
Cool.
I'm tracking. Check. Led Zeppelin documentary. Love Led Zeppelin. Let's hear about this documentary.
So it came out in theaters and it just released to Amazon Prime. Becoming Led Zeppelin. Are you a Led Zeppelin fan?
I do like that.
Man, I feel like they get slept on a lot.
All right, we're going to use unit funds to get the rights to this Led Zeppelin song. Buy those helmets.
Buy the helmets. I love Led Zeppelin.
You're a Led Zeppelin fan?
Led Zeppelin's good.
Yeah.
I'm
not like a fan like I am, like, say, a Skinner fan where I can name the songs and talk about the people. But, like, I'm happy when a Zeppelin song comes on.
So you're just a fan of, like, the songs that reference Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I had no idea that. Got him. This was a trap. Turns out I'm a liberal.
No, man. Good. Like,
you got me, Trey.
Lord of the Rings equals liberal.
That's what I've always said. Honestly.
Call me Bernie Sanders, then, baby.
Hey, burn, baby, burn.
No, man, good documentary. I don't know. I just like it. I was just kind of watching in pieces, and just wrapped it up today. And I was like, dude, I just forgot like how talented like each one of those dudes are.
Dude, they're so good. They were
Jimmy Page, Sean Bonham.
So good. Jimmy Page.
First time I ever heard that guitar riff was on, it was like some Puff Daddy song, P. Diddy song. Yep. And I didn't know, like, at the age, like, that was the first introduction to it. And
it's
then,
like, man, Puff
years
Daddy's
later,
so talented.
I hear it and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Is Puff Daddy different than P. Diddy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Puff Daddy's innocent.
Yeah.
The first time I heard it was Jack White was like, I'll never play Seven Nations Army again. And then he played Kashmir.
I think that's a made-up story. Yeah,
That'd be a good story.
It could happen. You don't know. It could happen.
It could still happen. Yeah.
No, man. If you're a Led Zeppelin fan, it's a cool documentary to watch. It covers like the formation of the band and then like their first 2 albums.
Oh, they did formations. That's cool. That makes sense. Yeah. Big military guys.
Yeah. 06. They said fall out.
Yeah. Fall in.
Fall in. No, fall out. No, fall in was earlier. No. It was fall out.
No. I think my favorite is fall
consult
in.
the drill manual. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, First Sergeant, did I do that right? Sir, I just was a gunny yesterday in Comelec maintenance. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Random gunny over there. Sir, I was at the drill field. That's not right. I'm a hat. You should have said fall in.
Oh, okay.
As you were.
Yeah, as I was.
Yeah.
Belay everything. Any last major slides?
Not a major slide, but yeah, I was walking home
I am
today.
a major.
Yeah, what's the fishing story you had?
The park I walked through, there's like this like on the north side of it, there's like this like duck pond.
Okay. Is that close to
just
the,
like, the
pickleball court?
We're talking about Boston Commons right now?
Yeah.
Similar to that duck pond, not as famous.
Yep.
Kind of opposite side of the park from the pickleball courts, Trey, so you can visualize. We can build a terrain model later, and we'll do knee-high terrain features, so we get good relief there.
Love terrain models.
And so I'm like walking up, and there's fish in this pond. They're like stocked. I don't know what kind of fish it is, but it just cracks me up when people are like fishing in there, and they have like their full like tackle box and everything set up. But there's a guy with his back to me, clearly has a line in the water. He's wearing a hat. Some may call it a cowboy hat, but we know on this show we just call it a hat.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's got some sort of like. Probably some. I don't see the front of it, but like a button up, like short sleeve shirt on, American flag bandana, like hanging out of like the back of his pocket.
Hell
he's
yeah,
got
brother.
He's got some tunes, just blaring some country tunes. Didn't recognize the song.
Garth Brooks, big jumping guy.
And like as I'm kind of like walking past him, like turning right to go down this little bridge, he like kind of like looks over, and I'm like give him a little like tip of my cap. I'm just wearing a regular hat, and say, hey, you should listen to the OK podcast, because he just was a younger fella, had a mustache, felt like he was right in our demographic.
He probably said, I already do. He goes, and your name's Jeff.
Hey, I know you.
You're the Mormon
from the OK podcast.
But yeah,
do have a lot of OK podcast stickers coming out right now, so we'll all be plussed up. We can start tagging the quick trips again.
Oh, thank goodness.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. 3. All right. Any save rounds or alibis?
Went to L&J Cafe today in El Paso.
Ooh, some chow talk.
We didn't know you pushed chow.
Oh, it's continuous.
You sent a picture and
second. What? I missed it.
Jeff says he did send a picture. It's all right. Grant didn't check it. He's busy.
Been downrange.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that your second time there?
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't want to steal Massonomics bit. I love them, but I don't know how else to say this. Like overrated, underrated.
Dude, exactly rated.
We could steal Dave Portnoy's bit and like put it on 1 to 10. Don't use whole numbers. Decimals mean things, which push you over whole numbers, and then over an 8's worth driving to.
8.7.
8.7. Wow, that's higher than me, but I think that's not out to left field. Okay, what did you get? What did you eat?
So today, I always ask. Last time I got the chili relleno. Big fan.
That's the green enchiladas.
That's the.
Or that's the chili
like
relleno.
Pepper, yeah, the chili relleno. It's like a grilled relleno pepper.
I got the chili relleno. Which one's that?
usually stuffed.
I got the brisket. Is that the pulled pork sandwich? No, it's the brisket.
Yeah, that's it.
For you English speakers. Okay. What'd you get this time?
So I asked the lady, and I go, hey, what do you recommend? I got chili relleno last time. She said chicken fajitas. I go, that seems kind of common, but if you think they're good, then I'll go with it. So that's what I ran with. Then this point, it was pretty good. Oh yeah, their chips and salsa are phenomenal.
That's what I was going to say. The places that bring you like 6 different salsas out the jump just for showing up, like you could just walk in there, sit down and grab a water and leave full.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good spot. L and J, right? L and J?
No, L and J.
L and J, El Paso, Texas, kind of like on a frontage road.
Yeah.
They've reached out to the Strengco HB for sponsorship. They're telling them no, but we'll probably accept them.
That'd be a good pickup. I'm traveling with a coworker from San Antonio, which San Antonio is pretty good Mexican food. And then
in Southern California, we call it Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex. And he was a big fan. So
nice.
I would say if you're in El Paso or anywhere near it, it's worth the trip.
I'm an El Paso fan.
If Grant lived anywhere in Texas, it'd be El Paso.
Hey, my wife, sometimes she says she wants to live in Texas, and I'm always like, you mean Mexico? And she's like, no, Texas. And I was like, El Paso, that's the only spot. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I mean, it's like mixing hill country and the high desert and Mexico all in one.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, pretty accurate. Okay. All right. With that, Trey, why don't you take this thing down for a landing?
What episode?
6-7.
This is episode 0.
I don't know if we're gonna make it to 6-9 for the fans, or like at least on a weekly basis. Like
we'll see what we can do.
My buddies,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it would be funny to leave them edging before 6-9. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Mom. Google that.
Are we just making like episode 069 just like very short?
No, I just think the way this is going to play out is we're going to get to 6-8.
Yep.
And then there's going to be like weeks before 6-9 comes. And it was not intentional.
No.
Not on purpose.
No.
It's just reality. And it'll be even funnier if we can't pull 6-8 off, because then it'll be like, wait. But yeah, that's just how the kids speak these days.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This episode 067 of the
Make it professional. Okay.
As always, like to thank our sponsor, BW Tax. Coming up pretty soon. About a week. Tax season, tax day comes rolling out, right? So if you haven't contacted him, it's not too late, even though it's pretty close to being too late, but give him a call. Good guy, better at taxes. Other sponsor, Mr. Helmet, Gridiron Green. See the link below. Get yourself a helmet. They're going like hotcakes. He's got big ones. He got small ones. While you're down there, some other links you will notice is the Slack channel. Use code OK. Get $10 off for new people to the Slack channel. Let's talk about lifting. If you got any questions about that, life, love, or just silliness, we got it all in there. As always, powered by the Strength Co. If you look behind Grant's small head, there it is, powered by the Strength Co. Go to www.theokpodcast.com. You will find all the social media links. Click each one of those. Give us a follow there. Love to interact with you. Go to YouTube. Give us a like. Subscribe there as well. Most importantly, we have our individual social media accounts that we're all very active on. We go live constantly. Jeff's usually live. Yeah, his phone's dead.
Taking a break. Got carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah, give it up for Lent. Other than that, Coach, did I miss anything?
Jeff, you wearing the new Strengco tee?
I sure am.
Ooh, show that baby.
You've been frozen since like the 22-minute mark, so I haven't been able to actually see you. But nice. Glad that came quick. We did launch the new Strengco Bulldog tee, which was the old OG tee, the first tee, the Marine Corps inspired. You got a Bulldog tee, supports the FDO downrange. It's a 50-50 cotton polyester blend, so it's going to fit true to size, slightly tighter in the biceps for you jack types. But go check out that tee. I don't think we missed anything. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you listening for 68 weeks straight. 67, 68 will be next week. And we'll see you next time.